What an event that was, just Apple had today in regards to the MacBook Pro lineup. I mean, besides the AirPods 3, I would definitely get those in, and I'll definitely do a review because comparing to my AirPods Pro right here. So, you know, but today it's just been about MacBook Pros, and the one I actually pre-ordered was the MacBook 16-inch and M1 Max, and that's the one I'm usually be using for is of all my 4K footage, because I do a lot of video as well. You guys know, some of you do know that I do a lot of weddings, so I want to definitely talk about the starting price when it comes just in particular to the MacBook Pro 16-inch. And that one basically starts off at, if we can look at the chart here, or you can look at it online, it starts at $24.99, and then of course $26.99 if you only bump up just the storage. But the M1 Max starts at, you know, $34.99, and that's 10 cores, 32 cores, 32 unified memory, and 1 terabyte of solid state drive. In my scenario, I already ordered it, but I went up and bumped it up to the 64 gigs unified, so that came out to be $38.99. And this is, you know, if I'm gonna get something, it's gonna be for long terms, right? You want to be future proof on your process. And so let's go ahead and talk about just the few things about the M1. And so one of the first things that actually everybody's just been talking about is the notch that's actually on this MacBook Pro. When I look at it, basically I just don't see it being a bother at all. It just mainly, you know, it kind of blends in. Of course, if you go dark mode, you know, they were kind of showing it off of what it would look like, but definitely is something that I would not stress over about, because it's something that we might definitely get used to, as we can see on you know, I have an iPhone here and with a notch, and so I'm just, you know, just used to it. So it's not something that really bothers me. Another thing is definitely the battery life, right? And so that's another important thing. If you are on the go, you are a content creator, you want to make sure you have the best battery life optimization you can on your MacBook Pro. And so at 21 hours of video playback, you know, that says a lot basically in getting your tasks done. Another thing is it will have, you know, speakers as well on the 16-inch, and it has 6 speakers total, so that's something that we'll definitely test out. I do have a MacBook Air M1 that I'm currently editing everything on right now. So there will be a sound tests, there will be webcam tests, there will be performance test differences here as well. But I want to let you guys know, if you guys want to see those kind of tests and comparison tests, please don't forget to go ahead and like and subscribe to my videos for those tests. The actual resolution of the MacBook Pro, which is at 3456 by 2234, which is really good. I actually sold my iMac 5K, and now I've gotten this LG monitor right here, which the resolution is about 30, I think it was 3028, which is, it is a 32-inch. It's it's 3840 by 2160, and so to have that much resolution cramped into a 16-inch display, it's phenomenal. I mean, it's gonna look really good when it comes to editing. Another thing that I was really excited for, definitely, you know, the rumors were out there, it's the ports, right? So you definitely want to see the SD card slot, the HDMI, and then the headphone jack, and so that's really helpful. I know I've always had a dongle when I went out to shoot weddings, and I don't want it to be like, oh, I have to add something else into my MacBook Pro that, you know, where can I put my SD card? And yeah, if I can have it all in one, that for me it will be a lot better. And so SD card was definitely a plus, unless if you're video content creating and you're using SD cards like I am. So now here's a quick summary of everything I captured here. So 21 hours of battery life, which definitely is important. 2 times faster storage, which I got myself. I just got the 1 terabyte, and I didn't go up because I do have an external SSD, a 4 terabyte from Crucial. So I don't need that much more storage on there, and up to 13 times faster graphics, which is phenomenal. up to 64 gigs of memory, which I do have on the one I pre-ordered. 1080p FaceTime HD camera, which I will test with regards to the 2x low light performance. So we'll see how that goes compared to my M1 MacBook Air. And ProMotion, and of course the MagSafe. I mean, who can forget about the MagSafe? The last time the MagSafe was introduced, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the MacBook Air, and the last one was in 2017. It was a 2017 one, but the last one sold, I think, was in 2019, where that MagSafe was completely gone from the MacBook Air lineup, because MacBook Pros didn't have that. So yeah, so MagSafe is definitely welcome again. So yeah, and then pretty much it. Now definitely when I put mine in order, the website was kind of lagging a little bit, and so now it's back into December. For those that want to get it, I ordered it pretty quick, as soon as I could, and my configurations were right there, and I think I'll get mine in November. So sometime in the next couple of weeks, I should be able to get notified to get that into my hands here in my studio. And so if you want to see the unboxing of it, please go ahead and stay tuned for that. And I'll do definitely comparisons with the M1, you know, when it comes to sound tests, right? When it comes to webcam tests, obviously performance tests are going to be, you know, I'm sure it's going to be off the chain here, but yeah. And so if you guys want to see any other tests that you want me to do with the 16-inch MacBook Pro, please let me know, and then we'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.